Boom. Alright, what's up you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk to you about my current price targets for my 3 favorite plays in the Metaverse sector of the crypto markets. Those 3 names are, of course, Decentraland, Sandbox, and lastly, Enjin. As you all know, and have hopefully experienced in your personal portfolios, all 3 of these names have seen some beautiful price action over the past few weeks since we began talking about them on the channel. And although it may seem like this rally is getting a little overextended in the short term after all of the price action that we've seen, I just want to remind you guys that from a macro perspective, this Metaverse trend is still extremely young. As I said in my last video, the Metaverse trend right now in 2021 going into 2022 reminds me a lot of the general cryptocurrency trend. Plays like Bitcoin, Ethereum, like household names at this point, how those were behaving in 2016, 2017, even going into 2018. So again, if you're feeling like we're getting a little overextended, if you're feeling hesitant about maybe jumping in, if you feel like you're late, I just want to remind you guys that once again, this Metaverse trend is still early. At least that is my opinion, okay? And I'm feeling very, very confident about that. Always know my money is where my mouth is, okay? So before we go over the topic rundown, I will ask you guys to please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it today, or if you're bullish on these 3 names like I am. Let me know in the comments down below if you are currently holding a bag of any of these 3 names. If not, let me know which Metaverse play in the crypto markets is your personal favorite. Always interested to hear that. And of course, you guys, it would mean the world if you are not subscribed. Please subscribe to the channel. Try to get to 50K. Been trying for a while. Want to check that off the list. Straight up vanity metric, but hey, a lot of the crypto markets are vanity based. So please subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. That is greatly appreciated. And all that said, let's go over the topics. Okay, so in front of us is TradingView, where we'll cover once again these 3 names today in this order, going down the watch. You can see right here, kicking it off with Mana or Decentraland, looking absolutely beautiful at the moment, and then move on to Sandbox, currently outperforming Mana. Love to see that. You guys know we are bullish on both these. So whichever one is outperforming the other, it's perfectly fine. They're all in the green. They're still in very, very bullish trends. And then we'll close out with good old ENJ or Enjin, a name that we've discussed before on the channel but haven't talked about all that much recently. But from an actual use case perspective, from an actual implementation perspective, with the growth of NFTs, with the Metaverse, Enjin is a very, very, very promising play, at least in my opinion. Okay, so on top of that, we do also have CoinMarketCap. Actually, got to move that guy right here. CoinMarketCap next to TradingView, just to take a look at market caps and 7-day price action on these guys if necessary. When I discuss my price targets, when price targets longer term, when we move into 2022, we will discuss short-term price action on the charts, what I'm thinking over the course of this week as we close out the month of November. But moving into 2022, December, January of 2022, I do think market cap is going to play a big role here when determining upside price targets. Again, things could get pretty crazy. And when we enter blue sky territory, like maybe by the time a lot of you watch this video, we will be in blue sky territory, which is where we surpass our previous high of around $5. You pretty much have to take, you can use fibs and stuff, but I just think market caps are an easy way to do that, and replicating percentage gain, which we'll talk about as we get into the charts. Okay, so regardless, take a look at CoinMarketCap, take a look at all of their market caps, and again, try to determine fair value and where these things could go based on fundamental value. Speaking of fundamental value, before we do dive into the charts at all, I quickly want to go over all 3 of these plays. Okay, so I want to go over all 3 of these. We have Decentraland.org, just a quick rundown of what this is. After we go over this, we will jump into Mana on the charts. After the chart, we'll jump into Sandbox, go into Sandbox on the charts, etc. for Enjin as well. Okay, so that's the breakdown of the video. But before we do dive in, I also want to let you guys know that I'm leaving tomorrow night for a week for Thanksgiving, heading up to LA. Do that every year with the family for a good old Thanksgiving. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving just right off the bat. But I will be gone for a week. I'll do my best to upload videos, but no promises. The Wi-Fi is a little shoddy, so I'm just letting you guys know that now. But if you want to know exactly how I'm personally going to be trading these 3 names and want daily updates on them in the newsletter that I send out every trading day, check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter. That's the first link down below. $15 a month, $40 for every 3 months. The Waves fan been eating good. The holiday season has treated us very well so far, so I feel zero guilt plugging this, you guys. And again, means a lot if you check it out. If not, no worries. Just so you know, if you want those daily updates from me during this holiday season, going to be traveling a lot in all honesty. And again, do my best to post videos, but if not, there are always going to be daily updates in the newsletter. That is my obligation to my paying subscribers. Okay, so first thing down below, it means a lot if you check that out. Also going to be hopping into the Discord every day. Discord is not only for me, not only a direct line of access to me every trading day, live Q&A there, but to the access for access to the Waves family, to the community. That is so much stronger. It's so much greater than myself, and I'm so proud of what we built there. So if you guys want to join that, that's $100. That's going to be down below as well. But if you guys want to check it out, you can use code YouTube25 for $25 off. Still $75, but again, I'm very biased, but I think it's very, very worth it. Okay, not just for me, but for the community and the Waves fam. Okay, so housekeeping out of the way, house cleaning, same thing. Excuse me. Housekeeping out of the way, let's take a look at Decentraland, and then we can dive into the charts. Okay, so about Decentraland, I encourage you guys to always go on to check out these websites for yourself. If you're thinking about investing in not just the three of these, but any asset ever, always go look at their website, go look at their about, and learn about what you're about to put your hard-earned money in. Okay, so about Decentraland, determine the future of the virtual world. The first fully decentralized world. Decentraland is controlled via the DAO, which owns the most important smart contracts and assets of Decentraland. Via the DAO, you decide and vote on how the world works. So, DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. Okay, you guys have probably heard this. This is a hot button word. This is a buzzword in the crypto space right now. And that's because it's probably the future of how every business is run. It makes more sense for businesses like Apple, Tesla, etc. to be structured via the DAO than how they're currently structured in like the equity markets, etc., and shares and whatnot. Okay, so we'll get into that another time. That's beside the point, but that is what Decentraland is. Again, go check out this website. Go check out the initial video I posted on this where we went over the rest of the websites. But that's what Decentraland is, and it is very, very cool in my opinion. Okay, and it's still, I stand by the fact Decentraland personally for me is my largest position amongst these three. Decentraland is still the leader. It is currently in 30th place amongst the entire crypto market with a market cap of $7.4 billion. You can move down to plays like Sand. We'll take a look at Sand, 47th place with a market cap of just under $4 billion, $3.9 billion. And lastly, just to take a look at this, I believe Enjin, where is Enjin? Enjin's a little higher now. So Enjin's number 59 with a $2.9 billion market cap. Okay, so those are those three. Again, we'll talk about market caps when determining fair value. That said, let's jump them on the charts. Right now, Mana, looking freaking great. Again, you guys, the second wave of this rally is here. And a lot of you guys have been saying, like, where's the second wave? The second wave is supposed to happen. What do you guys want? You guys want this to happen in 20 minutes? You guys want this to happen just like it did here? Well, you know what? Maybe we will. And the way things are setting up right now, I do think we'll see another rally similar to this. Not as hype as that, because this was crazy volume and crazy hype that is rare amongst plays once people kind of get notice of them. So this was straight up hype. There was very little rationale involved with this rally. This is a textbook hype rally. But again, that's the first wave. It draws the attention, it draws the eyeballs, and in the cryptocurrency market, especially in any financial market, in any financial instrument, attention is the primary thing. Okay, attention is a primary catalyst for upside momentum in asymmetric trades, which are trades with crazy upside potential, pretty little downside risk. When it comes to these hyper growth plays that we talk about a lot around here, attention and eyeballs with cash in hand, that is the most important thing. Okay, so crazy volume, saw this spike up. First wave, boom, first wave, again, brings the volume, brings the attention. That wave pops, people got in late, people losing money, people losing steam. That creates for the capitulation and the somewhat bull flag pattern that is very similar to the good old two-wave pattern coined by the Waves fam. Okay, so first wave, bull flag, bubble popped, boom, break out of that bull flag, initiation of that second wave. Second wave up, saw a nice little rally, came back down, setting up about as clean of a series of higher highs and higher lows as it gets. In terms of the short term, it looks like we're going to move up. If you just want to use general trend lines, what I think is going to happen, probably by the time a lot of you guys watch this video, if I'm being honest, we are in a pretty textbook ascending channel as well. Boom, top line, there's no need to draw the bottom line. You guys know what that looks like. Ascending channel following the breakout of the mini bull flag out of the big bull flag. So baby bull flag out of Papa Bully right there. You love to see that. Very, very bullish. Just bulls on bulls. Can't not be bullish, but I do think that what will probably happen is we'll come up one more time to test this. We'll break out of this. Once we break the line of resistance on this current shorter term uptrend, which would be about $4.70, $4.75 over the next couple of days, I think it's freaking off to the races. And I do think, as you guys know, double digits are in the cards. So when it comes to my price targets, again, you guys, I've done this before. It's worked pretty close in multiple 2 waves and multiple hype rallies that I played in the past. You just take the percentage gain from the base of that initial breakout of that first wave to the top side, and this is actually conservative. I could actually go like this to be non-conservative, but I'm going to be conservative and go off the bounce, not the high that we spent like 15 minutes at, okay, before everyone sold and we went to bounce. So this is a little more rational, 365% to the upside. If you mirror that percentage gain on the breakout, on this breakout right here, and maybe you could even go over here because we're not going parabolic yet. But again, playing it conservative, this is just ballpark numbers. You guys keep that in mind. I'm not trying to make any factual price targets. If anyone tells you exactly what something's going to, they're full of it. Okay, so just keep that in mind. This is straight ballparking. This is straight up speculation, but it's worked for certain plays in the past to an extent. Obviously, you're going to be off by 10, 20, 30% even, but pretty close. Okay, again, just ballparking here. So if we see a 365% rally from the base, from the initiation of the second wave, similar to the first wave, that would take us to about $11.50 from current levels. That is another, obviously, you guys can do the math there. We're at $4. We're going to $11.50 if this plays out correctly. And that would also take us to a 3x. So if you 3x, a 3x of Mana's current share price of $4 would it take us to $12, okay? And if you 3x Mana's current market caps, go back up to Mana. Mana currently has a market cap of, once again, $7.4 billion. If you 3x that would take us to about $22 billion, right? So $22 billion market cap. Let's take a look at what's a $22 billion market cap. $22 billion market cap, still smaller than SHIB, okay? You know I throw SHIB under the bus in these videos a lot. Sorry if you're holding SHIB. If you were in there, if you made some money, seriously, congrats to you. Like, cheers to that. But there is no value in SHIB. SHIB is a meme coin of a meme coin. Okay, so that's important to remember. Decentraland Mana are the currencies of the metaverse. They're the currencies of the future. And that's why it's also when it comes to valuation, you can almost value these as a currency. So there is trillions upon trillions of dollars in global GDP, in global currencies, debt markets, et cetera, financial markets. So it's just crazy to think about like where the entirety of the cryptocurrency market can go. We're only at a $2 trillion market cap. Decentraland is a fragment of that at $7 billion. They are dropping the bucket. And if Decentraland, if Mana, the nectar of the gods, is valued this little, and like the potential of what this could be if we enter a player one style metaverse. And I'll just say right off the bat, I don't believe in, it's a little dystopian if you think about it that way, but I think they're just going to be 2 segments. Like all the kids who are gaming are just going to be part of the metaverse, and everyone who's out there surfing, diving, et cetera, playing sports, traditional things, legacy things, boomer things. There's going to be overlap, of course, as well, but I don't think it's as dystopian as some people are painting it to be. At least I'm an optimist, so I hope not. All right. Anyway, I do think we could at least see a 3x. $12 sounds right. A market cap about the size of SHIB is completely reasonable. So yeah, that's Decentraland, and that same terminology, that same those same principles that I was just talking about with Decentraland and market cap valuation stuff, the same things apply to Enjin and Sandbox, specifically Sandbox, but Enjin as well. Enjin kind of ether. So before Enjin, we'll close it out with Enjin. Let's talk Sandbox a little bit. Welcome to the Sandbox. So Sandbox and Decentraland, similar. I do know a lot of people like Sandbox more. I do know a lot of people like Decentraland more. I still believe Decentraland is the OG. They still have first mover advantage. That's very strong for in terms of an argument for Decentraland. Sandbox looks like Minecraft. We all know how freaking popular Minecraft is, especially amongst the younger gen. So it definitely has potential to catch traction. Decentraland is just it's kind of more aesthetically appealing to most, I would say, but again, Minecraft is huge. Minecraft, one of the biggest games in the world of all time, and it makes sense that this would propel as well. Okay, so Sandbox, same thing. Sandbox is a community-driven platform where creators can monetize voxel assets and gaming experiences on the blockchain. Okay, so that's the Sandbox. Pretty much the same thing. Again, just different. I know some people, it's all preference, okay? So I'm not going to get into the semantics of preference and whatnot. But Sandbox, jump in to Sand. So Sand, I mean, seeing crazy volume. The thing about Mana is, if we look at Mana, so Mana is kind of lacking on the volume. Let's move my fat head. Volume is currently at 5 million. Average volume is 86 million. So at one point during this rally, we were at like 100+ million volume. That's crazy. And right now, it's the weekend. Things are a little bit slow. Weekend special, where I mean, makes sense to see a little slowdown. The market cap's also larger, so that keep that in mind. But also short term, didn't mention this, same thing for Sandbox. 4-hour Stokes curling up. That's very, very good for short to medium term price action. Talking the coming 3 to 4 days, I think we will see a pretty significant rally to the upside, okay? Anyway, Sandbox, sorry about that little tangent. Catching up on all the things I forgot. Sandbox, great volume. Right now, the volume we're seeing in Sand is 3 million, so still lower than Mana, which is crazy. It looks like a lot of volume is picking up, which it is. I know Sandbox isn't actually available on like Coinbase yet. You can't just go buy it on Coinbase. So Sandbox, again, the market cap is just around like 60% the size of Mana currently. And the fact that if this thing gets listed on if this thing were to get listed on Coinbase, this would explode. Okay, so again, I do think over the course of the coming months, over the course of this overall trend, Mana and Sand will be playing catch up. They'll be playing tag, similar to Riot and Mara. You guys know the drill there. And yeah, just that's just my general thought. I won't keep repeating that. But volume is looking good. Volume is consistent. Weekend, a little slow, but 4-hour Stokes are curling up. Very, very bullish. Second wave initiated similar to Mana from a short-term perspective. Again, you can take the percentage gain. That's going to be about the same thing. Just general, same principles apply on the charts as well in hype rallies. But from like an ascending channel perspective, I do think it's likely that we retest this previous area of support. Once again, proven once it was broken as new resistance right here. I think it makes sense that we test that again, November 23rd, just where the target, where the cursor is falling. That would take us to a $7.50 Sandbox. In terms of valuation, same thing applies to Mana. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if these things get to 25 billion, 50 billion, even $100 billion market caps. Maybe by early 2022, if I'm being completely honest. Okay, so you're looking at, I mean, triple digits at some point in time wouldn't surprise me for Mana and Sand, if I'm being completely honest. Okay, so hold those bags tight. All right, let's close it out with Enjin. So what is Enjin? Enjin, NFTs you can integrate with games and apps. There's another one, NFTs you can use to grow your business. So Enjin is kind of the layer. You guys know a lot of NFTs. Pretty much all NFTs are built on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, a lot are moving to Solana for efficiency and speed, but the reality is right now they're all built on Ethereum. Enjin is kind of like the middleman, okay? Enjin is like right between Ethereum and the NFT space. So Enjin is almost an oracle between Ethereum and NFTs, if that makes sense. Go look into it for yourself, you guys. Again, I'm being very NFTs, unique digital assets. You guys know that. Create on the blockchain. They can be everything from gaming items and digital art to sports collectibles and real world assets. So what Enjin is doing is pretty much working with businesses to create NFTs, which is a very, very, very highly demanded project. Okay, so highly demanded. I mean that like what the value that they are providing is a service that is going to become increasingly more in demand. Okay, from large businesses. Okay, Nike getting into the metaverse, just signed that deal with Roblox, or just got in signed that deal with Roblox, I guess, integrating themselves into the metaverse via Roblox, giving themselves merch. And over time, you just think about all these massive brands. Adidas is going to get in. I mean, Louis Vuitton, Gucci is already getting into the metaverse stuff. So that's going to happen over time. Enjin is going to be working with these companies to create NFTs, and that's what makes Enjin very valuable. Let's close it out with some Enjin price targets. So Enjin right now, it's very clear to me, you guys. We're definitely flooring out, kind of seeing the second wave similar to Sand, not as drastic as Mana. Mana is seeing way more textbook of a 2-wave than Sand and Enjin, but again, these two could still see significant, will very likely see significant waves because it's just all part of the same trend, you guys. That's how it goes. Upside price target in the shorter term as we close out the month, week from the time of recording. Previous support, once again, new resistance. I do think that will come into play. That'll take us up to over $5 per ENJ. And again, not going to go much further than that. Volume is looking good. Volume on Enjin is currently, a lot less. So average is 10 million, but volume is 1 million, sub 1 million right now. So Enjin still low key. If you want to play the hype, you want to play the momentum, I still think Mana is the best call. And again, in these markets, hype, momentum, eyeballs on the project is the primary catalyst. Agree or disagree with that, that's the reality of these hype cycles and hype markets, hyper growth sectors of any market you ever play, not only crypto but equities as well. So just keep that in mind, you guys. Stay on your toes, stay vigilant, stay rational. When you're printing money, if we see this parabolic wave, you got to keep it cool. I do encourage some profit taking. Again, if you want to know exactly when I'm going to be taking profits, check out the products. The links are down below once again. I appreciate if you guys check that out. Again, if you're still watching, throw a 100 emoji down below, show you made it 100% of the way through the video, give that a heart. And again, just let me know down below what you're feeling. Happy holidays, guys. I'll catch you guys downstairs in the comments. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, give me to 50K. Truly means a lot, you guys. I appreciate you. And until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.